And was just driving on the interstate in southern Kentucky heading to a work assignment out of state when gunfire rang out and she realized she'd been shot.
And she's still recovering from that while police are investigating and trying to determine why and how it happened. WKYT's Phil Pendleton spoke to her this evening.
Erica Ponder has a lot of questions as to what happened to her and what was going on around her while she was driving north on Interstate 75 the night of October 17th.
Especially not being from Kentucky, and then it just happens out of nowhere.
Ponder says she was driving to Pennsylvania when she heard a boom, then looked down in horror to discover she had been shot.
The bullet came through my passenger door. It entered my right thigh, went through, came out, entered my left leg, my left thigh, and it was lunged right below my knee.
The Rockcastle County Sheriff told me the day after this happened that they did believe that the perpetrator was driving another car. They say they are still investigating and asking for people's help if they saw or knew of something that night, but as of now, there is nothing new to release. Ponder says she was treated for a day and a half, but recovering mentally and physically has been tough.
I'm walking better. At first I was walking with a walker. So now I am walking independently, but I have no feeling in my right thigh. So it's numb.
Despite all of that, she feels blessed.
Thank God for being able to still be here with my family. And, it really has changed my perspective on a lot of, on life overall, but your life can change in the blink of an eye.
Ponder says she is a travel CNA and was traveling for work when this happened, but she says she has not been able to return to work just yet. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And Ponder tells us that she was told the bullet was a 9mm. The Rockcastle County Sheriff says they are expecting more test results next week.